Have you ever stood by the window watching someone else shovel your sidewalk or carry your groceries and felt a strange tug in your chest, like you should be out there doing it yourself? Maybe you used to bake pies for the whole family on Christmas, or host everyone on Thanksgiving, making sure everyone left with full stomachs and full hearts. But now even bending down to pick up a dropped spoon feels like a mountain. And yet when someone offers help, the first words that slip out are, sorry. Sorry for needing help, sorry for slowing down, sorry for not being able to do it all. But let me ask you something. When your children needed you, did you ever want their apology for asking? When your friend called on you in their moment of need, did you measure their strength by how little they leaned on you? Of course not. So why do we do it to ourselves? Hi there, and welcome to the elderly paradox. If you're here, it means something inside you, some spark, knows that life doesn't end at 60 or 70 or even 90. It evolves, it deepens, and that journey deserves care, dignity, and strength. The kind of strength that isn't about lifting boxes, but about lifting shame. The kind of strength that isn't silent suffering, but brave asking. Today, we're starting something special. This is the beginning of the Diamond series, a journey made just for you. To reveal the beauty, the wisdom, the clarity that only comes with age. And it starts with one powerful truth. Stop apologizing for needing help. Asking for help isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's smart living. It's a declaration that says, I matter, my well-being matters, and I deserve support. Independence isn't about doing everything alone. True independence is knowing what you can do and having the courage to ask when you can't. It's having the clarity to say, I need a ride to the doctor, or can you help me with the laundry? Without shrinking yourself. Because here's the truth, asking for help is control. It means you're still in charge, you're choosing who helps you, how they help, and when. That's not giving up. That's smart planning. Have you ever caught yourself saying, sorry to bother you when asking someone for help? Maybe you needed a ride to the doctor's office, or help opening a stubborn jar, or setting up that new phone you were gifted last Christmas, and even though you asked, part of you felt guilty for needing it, like you should have been able to handle it yourself. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And I want to tell you something important, something most of us weren't told growing up. There is real strength in asking for help. Yes, you heard me. Strength, not weakness, not failure, not inconvenience, strength. See, many of us were raised to be self-reliant. We wore our independence like a badge of honor, and rightly so. You raised families, ran homes, managed work, faced life's hardships head-on. You've survived more than a few storms. But as life changes, so do our needs, and it takes wisdom to know when to say, I could use a hand. The world tells us that aging should be graceful and silent, that we should shrink ourselves, that asking is admitting defeat. But let's flip that idea right here, right now. Needing help doesn't mean you've lost control. It means you're taking control of your safety, your comfort, your peace of mind. Think about it this way. When you ask someone to drive you somewhere instead of risking it yourself, that's not being needy. That's being smart. It's protecting your independence, not losing it. Getting help with the groceries or hiring someone to fix a leaky pipe, that's preserving your energy for the things you want to do. Isn't that the goal? Let me tell you a quick story. There's a woman named Eleanor, 72 years old, strong as ever, not in body but in spirit. She used to insist on doing everything herself, walking to the market with heavy bags, figuring out every tech issue on her own, refusing offers from her children. One day she slipped in her bathroom carrying a basket of wet clothes. Nothing too serious, thank God, but she finally realized being proud is good, but being wise is better. Now, she makes lists. Her niece picks up her medicines every month. She uses a ride service run by a local senior center. And for the first time in years, she started writing down old family stories for her grandchildren, something she never had time or energy for before, not because she gave up her independence, but because she finally embraced shared strength. So how do you? Ask for help in a way that feels comfortable, without guilt. Start simple. Speak from honesty. Say what you need clearly. You don't need long explanations or justifications. You don't have to apologize. Try this. Could you help me carry these? I'd appreciate a ride to my appointment on Tuesday. Do you know someone reliable who can fix my screen door? That's it. You're not imposing. You're giving someone a chance to support you, just like you've supported others. And when family or friends aren't available, there are so many options now. Apps and services exist just for this purpose. Grocery delivery, tech support, handyman visits, even virtual assistants who can help with setting up online accounts. It's not luxury, it's smart planning. If you're not sure where to look, your local senior center often has a list of vetted resources. You might be surprised how many volunteer programs exist just to help people like you with everyday needs, from transportation to companionship. The area agencies on aging in many cities can connect you with meal programs, home help, and even social events. These are not charity. These are services you earned by living, working, and contributing all these years. Now, I know it can feel strange at first. Many of us are used to being the helpers, not the ones receiving help. But think of it this way. You've spent a lifetime showing up for others, for your kids, your parents, your neighbors, your community. Letting others support you now is their opportunity to give back. It's not a burden, it's their privilege. And, honestly, it brings people closer, it deepens relationships. One small request can become a moment of connection, a shared laugh, a memory in the making. So the next time you feel the words, "I'm sorry," creeping in when you ask for something, pause, take a breath, replace it with this instead: "Thank you. I appreciate your help. That's strength, that's wisdom, that's living with grace, not guilt." Let's talk next about how to find the right help, the kind that fits your lifestyle, your preferences, and your pace. Sometimes the hardest part isn't accepting that we need help. It's figuring out where to find it. It's knowing who to ask, when to ask, and how to do it without feeling like we're putting someone out. But here's the good news. When we get intentional about it, asking for help becomes less awkward and a lot more empowering. Let's say you need help with something as basic as getting to a clinic. You might hesitate because your daughter is busy with work, or your neighbor already helped you last week. But remember this, people can't support you if they don't know what you need. Silence doesn't protect anyone. It only builds frustration and loneliness. So when you ask, try being specific and confident. Instead of saying, "I don't want to bother you, but..." Try this: "Would you be free to take me to the doctor Tuesday morning at 10? If not, I can make other arrangements." No problem. That gives the person clarity and choice, and it shows you're in charge. Not helpless, just smart about your time. And when you can't or don't want to rely on family or friends, that's perfectly fine too. You have more control than ever today. Reliable, paid services are now easier to access, more affordable, and often surprisingly friendly. There are local transportation services just for seniors. Many offer door-to-door pickups and even wait with you at your appointment. If you prefer not to ride with strangers, some apps allow you to book regular drivers you know and trust. Services like these preserve your independence. They don't take it away. You decide where to go, when, and with whom. Need help with chores around the house? There are trusted handyman services, vetted cleaning professionals, and even tech buddies who help you set up your devices or fix Wi-Fi issues. You can schedule them on your terms, pay as you go, and feel good knowing things are handled safely and professionally. Now, I understand some of you may feel hesitant about hiring help. Maybe you grew up doing everything yourself, or maybe you've had a bad experience in the past. But think of it this way. If your back hurts, would you still try to lift a heavy box on your own, or would you find someone strong and skilled to handle it for you? Your time, your energy, your comfort, those are worth protecting. And spending a little money now may actually save you more later by preventing injuries, stress, or burnout. But you don't always need to spend money. Some of the most beautiful help comes from community. Local senior centers often offer more than just tea and board games. Many run volunteer programs where someone can accompany you to the market, help you fill out paperwork, or even call regularly just to check in. Some libraries and community centers have tech days where volunteers sit with you one-on-one to help with smartphones, email, or learning new apps. These services are there for you, not as charity but as community investments in your well-being. And if you're not sure where to start, try calling your area's agency on aging. They're a goldmine of information. They can tell you what services are available in your zip code, from free meal deliveries to transportation to home safety checks. Most of these programs are funded by the government or local non-profits. They exist because society needs seniors to thrive, not struggle. Remember, asking for help doesn't mean you stop being independent. It means you're managing your life wisely. You're prioritizing what matters most. And sometimes, getting the help you need actually gives you more freedom, more time to read, to garden, to call your friend from childhood, or to simply rest. Now, let's talk about the emotional side of all this. Because even when the resources are there, something inside us still whispers, don't ask too much, don't be a burden. But what if I told you that you're not a burden, you're a blessing? You've spent decades being dependable, caring for others, putting their needs before your own. You've earned the right to receive. You've earned the peace of mind that comes from knowing you don't have to do everything alone anymore. Letting someone help you isn't taking something from them. It's giving them a chance to show love, to return the care they've always felt from you. I once met a man named Hamid, who after years of doing everything himself, finally allowed his grandson to teach him how to use a smartphone. And do you know what happened? They laughed, they bonded, and now they send each other voice notes every week. That moment wasn't just about learning a device, it was about opening a door. All because he chose to say, "Can you show me how?" We have this idea that strength means standing alone, but real strength? It's knowing when to lean, gently, wisely, proudly, and letting others walk beside you. Let's keep going. There's one more side to this conversation we haven't touched yet, the joy that comes when we stop apologizing and start receiving with grace. When you start asking for help, clearly, calmly, without guilt, something beautiful happens. You stop feeling like you owe the world an apology for your needs. Instead, you begin to realize something powerful. You deserve ease. You deserve support. You deserve to be cared for just as you've cared for others. When you open your heart to receiving, people around you feel more connected to you. You give them permission to love you in practical ways, not just with words, but with actions. And you may find that the more you ask, the easier it gets. Not because life gets easier, but because you get braver. It's not weakness to reach out, it's wisdom, it's emotional maturity, and most of all, it's self-respect. And don't forget, you can help others too, even when you're the one asking. Sharing your journey, your experience, your little systems, they guide the next person. If you found a good driver, a helpful cleaner, a supportive counselor, pass that name on to someone else. Your story might be the key that unlocks peace for someone just like you. So let's stop apologizing for needing help. Let's stop hiding our struggles. Let's stop thinking we have to do it all. Instead, let's start asking clearly. Start receiving fully, and start walking through this chapter of life with grace and confidence, because aging isn't about shrinking, it's about shining. And asking for help? That's just one more way to keep shining. Thank you for being here today. If this message spoke to your heart or reminded you of someone you love, share it with them. You never know who's quietly carrying too much, waiting for someone to say, "You're not alone." And it's okay to ask. Until next time, take care, be kind to yourself, and remember, your strength is not in doing it all. It's in knowing you don't have to. This isn't just a video. This is a beginning, a soft but powerful step into what I call the elderly paradox, where age doesn't shrink your worth, it multiplies it. Where needing help doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. You've carried the world on your shoulders. You've wiped tears, paid bills, cooked meals, raised families, built dreams, often without ever asking for anything back. But now, it's your turn to receive. With grace, with pride, with open hands, not clenched fists. If I had arms long enough to reach through this screen, I would come straight to you and hug you, not just politely, but with the warmth of someone who truly sees you. So come with me. Don't just watch from the sidelines. This is the beginning of the Diamond series, because diamonds, just like you, are formed under pressure. And now it's your time to shine. Subscribe, comment, share your story. Be part of this light. Let's make this journey together, heart to heart, hand in hand. You're not alone anymore. You are seen, you are strong, and you are so deeply worthy of help, love, and joy. Let's begin.